smaller than I thought. Oh. What the heck happened here now? Alright. Where can I put this? I'm going to put it on a beaver tail. I'll have to get that later. How am I going to get this with me being trapped in there? Oh, shoot. Now, the question is, which way do I want it? This is bent up. I should probably have it that it's bent down. Do it like this, and then try and somehow center this. Maybe this way, because that's a straighter edge. And then I can, yeah, that might, let's see if I can, okay, bend that down. All right. All right, guys, hang on a minute. Making the patch panel for where the fuel pump was. So I'm just making sure of placement here. All right. Now, hopefully, is this still, yep. I just want to drill the corners. So I can, what I want to do, ooh, almost broke the drill bit. Hang on, guys, let me see here. Who's all here? Jess is here. Sugar Nana, thanks for checking in. You know what, hang on, let me get my glasses on. Everybody knows about my, I'm blind as a bat, yeah. So I'm putting a patch panel on a race car. Anyway, thank you everybody for checking in. Somebody else messaged, I'm sorry I missed you. But thank you everybody for checking in. Let's see here. So now, what I want to do, this is, I'm going to put the camera down. So here's our panel here. So what I want to do, to kind of make it more so it's sealed a little better. I'm putting weather strip on to help with tire smoke getting inside the car during the burnout. So I'm putting this weather strip on to help seal it, seal the gap, if you will. I should have brought fucking, excuse my language, sorry. I should have brought a scissor or something, and I didn't. Let's see here. This isn't going to be pretty, folks, but it's underneath the race car. Nobody's going to see it. So, let's see here. Boo, 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 boo. Sorry if I'm blocking the camera. Alright, and then we tear this off here. Alright, so there. We got the weather strip on. Let me wrap it up here nicely. Alright, so now we peel the other stuff. I have a feeling I'm probably going to do a bonehead move, and I'm going to drill through the weather strip when I try to do the other holes. So be it. But anyway, if it gets too hot, it's not going to get hot back here. This is actually a cool area of the car, because under here is where the factory fuel tank is that I'm still utilizing. So it's not going to get hot. However, because of this hole here. I mean, here's your tank, and the fuel tank sits right on top of the rear axle. So out to the sides where's the tire. So this could be prone to tire smoke coming in during the burnout. So what I want to do is, you know, I have this with I have the panel with the weather strip on. Now my dumbass has to line this back up. I'm hoping that seals. We have machine screws, so that way if I can access this if I need to in the future. Now I have my driver. Make sure I'm going the right way here. Am I even close? Oh, come on. There we go. All right, I want to tighten that all the way in case I need to move it to mesh up with the other holes. I just want to get this thing straight, and then I might add a couple holes off to the side. So, let me see what we got here. Oh, darn it, it moved. All right, so I got to re-drill this hole. That's why I hate doing it this way, but it is what it is. So I got my drill. Let's make sure we're straight here. All right, perfect. Now, let's go ahead. I'm probably gonna have to re-drill all these holes, but so be it. All right, now, I'm not even gonna mess around with trying to line it up. I'm just gonna go ahead and take the drill. Ooh, now the thing with that probably wasn't good. Let me see here, we get this in. Hopefully this cooperates. All right, now switch materials again. All right, there's that. So get this in, we'll see where we're at. Lighting is going away for me. Tighten that. Tighten that. Tighten that. And that. Okay, now, how's my dad? That is a great question. I just got home from visiting him. He's still in the hospital. I actually, you know what? Let me talk to you while he works, and then I'll show you the finished product. I just got back from visiting him. So he actually looks great. You would swear it's not the same guy that went in last Wednesday. He looks great. His color's good. His speech is a little off, but it is what it is. But you can tell he feels better. His eyes are brighter. He just looks energized. And I'm really happy about it. The original plan was for him to come home tomorrow. That was the original plan. Unfortunately, some things have come to light with my mom's health. So I'm still working on some things that I have to do with work, and to make sure that I can be available when I need to be, because I don't have the ability to, at this point, I don't have any kind of health other than hospice coming in from my dad. I don't have anything coming in.
Hello, Moto.
I don't have anything set up. So, Um, with that being said, I'm in the process of getting a FMLA at work to make myself more available if need be. I'm not at this point. I'm not too worried about Dad. Dad looks like he's coming along nicely. Is he miraculously cured? No. I mean, I still go with my prediction by Christmas that he will have departed from us. However, he does look good. So he's accepted that. I've accepted that. But we're going to do our best to take care of the best care we can with Dad, to make sure he's in as little pain as possible. Try and keep his spirits up. Try and keep him happy. That's the game plan with him. I'm thinking hospice care. I want to see what it does. Excuse me, I'm trying to climb out of the car, and I'll bring you with me. Hang on. I'm trying to see what a hospice care involves. Oh my God. Once I know what that is with hospice care, I'm hearing different things. So I want to see what hospice care does for Dad. Depending what it is, if it's enough, I'm going to leave it alone. If it is not, I have talked with the case manager. We can cancel a hospice at any time, and we can change the kind of care that my dad gets. But I'm going to trial it, and we're going to see what it is and how it works. I think he'll be fine. We'll see how it goes. Do I have a plan? Hell no. I don't know what I'm doing. My mom doesn't know what she's doing. None of us really do. So we're going to play that. We're trying to make the best decisions in uncharted territory, but in the same fashion, try and make the best choices we can for care, but being able to making sure everybody's cared for the way they need to be, and at the same token trying to be able to adjust if something doesn't seem what it should be, or if we need to change the type of care. Yeah, so that's what's going on with Dad. Mom is, her health is good, but her mind's going. So I have some legal stuff I need to go over, okay, Jess, I've heard that too. I've heard the other. I'm going to see how it goes. Again, I'm trying to keep positive about it. I'm hoping everything's good. However, I am going to get FMLA at work. I got to go through the whole process. There's a whole process to get it, and then once I have FMLA, I'll be available.
Hello, Mo.
Hi, Holly. It is a. I'll be more available to help when I have FMLA. So we'll go from there. So, and then also I have to figure out with my mom's care, yeah, it is hard. So I'm trying to figure out, I mean, I hate to say I'm not so concerned as Dad as I am with Mom. That sounds selfish, but I'm equally concerned. But Dad, I think, is going to be okay, and he's okay with passing on. He's at peace with that and everything. But you know, he's still talkative. He's still good. He still eats like crazy, which is great. So, yeah. That's a good sign. So I look forward to him coming home Thursday. I'm going to probably call in to work Friday and stay there and see how everything goes. And then I'll be able to kind of start making judgment calls on his care with that. Also, to keep an eye on my mom. I mean, she's not terrible, but there's signs that she's declining with her mental. You know, monitor her thing. I also want to talk to the family attorney. There is paperwork drawn up. I want to make sure that they don't lose their house and all their savings and their possessions in case mom would have to go to a Alzheimer's type care facility. It looks like they did their homework and they had a really good paperwork and a good lawyer, but I just want to go over everything to make sure that they're safe and that everybody's best interest is preserved and kept in mind, I should say, and that everything is good. Hang on a minute. Sorry guys, I don't know how to pause this, but I have to get back to my wife. She's asking me if your mom have a good day. Sorry, I just caught that. Yes, mom does well during the day. She does the sundowning and some other stuff. So we're going to monitor that as well to see how that progresses with the sundowning and other things. And again, I didn't get this information till yesterday morning. It got thrown in my lap about everything going on. So it sounds like I'm flying 90 miles an hour, but I'm so far behind the 8 ball because Dad hid this information thinking he was protecting her when really it was doing more harm in the long run. And that's no shame on him. That's no complaints against him. That's just his way of being a loving husband in his mind. So I'm not mad. I'm not upset. I'm just behind the 8 ball, and I'm just trying to make sure I catch up and not make as few missteps as possible. Yeah, I have a tablet already just of, well, not just that, but of just contact info and things that need to be done and phone calls I made, contacts that I already have made for care. So I am working on that. So Thursday, Dad's going to come home. Friday, I'm going to take off from work to be with him and just see how everything flows, the interaction, the dynamic, see how mom's reaction is and stuff like that, and go from there. Let's see. Oh, so I got off topic. So what I was doing, patching up the car. All right, so I think I'm done. I may but it seems like I think I did enough. Here, let me flip it around. I don't know if you can see it, but there's the patch. I got 2, 2, and 2. So I got 6 machine screws holding that in place. It's not, I could trim that piece of weather strip I have there, but I mean, it seems like it's pretty good. So yeah, I'm going to fold the carpet back over it, clean up here. The battery is out. I don't know, did I tell you guys what happened with the battery? I think we found it was a dual problem. I don't know if you guys watch any of the videos on the channel, but the video for race day, August, I think it was August 3rd, 13th? I don't even remember now, gosh. Anyway, there's a video on there with race day. We only made one pass that day due to an electrical issue. Ended up turning into a major electrical issue. So, hang with me. Okay, yeah, the electrical issue. So, we loaded up the car after one pass. Sorry, I'm just trying to go through. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just having a moment here. We found, and I probably showed you guys, we did rewire the alternator with a 4-gauge wire. We did that. We got that done. We also, and we might have jumped the gun on another problem, but it could be payoff in the long run. So if you ever notice when you start your car, when you turn the key on, you hear a buzz noise coming from your fuel tank. and that is called fuel pump prime. It's something that happens with fuel injection to make sure there's fuel at the injectors, so when you hit the key, it starts. Well, the Camaro wasn't doing that. So we got a test light. We were doing some tests. So apparently we touched the wrong wire, and we thought we had power, so we assumed the fuel pump was bad. So hence what you just saw, I cut a hole. Instead of going through the whole hassle of dropping the suspension and then dropping the fuel tank, possibly crushing my chest or whatever, we decided to just cut a hole in the top and then just patch it so we could get right to the fuel pump. So that's what we did. I cut a hole, I unbolted everything, I took the fuel pump out that was in there, and I had a higher flowing fuel pump already left over from when I had the other fuel injection unit on the Corvette. So I took that fuel pump and fitted it to work with the Camaro. So I'm all stoked thinking it's going to work. Hit the key, it doesn't prime. So I'm, needless to say, I'm kind of, you know, flipped. So here what I did was I looked up the schematic for that ECM, and I ran a jumper wire from the fuel pump relay wire that comes off the ECM. So I ran a jumper wire from there to a 12 volt battery voltage, constant, and all of a sudden the fuel pump ran. So okay, I'm great. So that means the wiring works. I took off the fuel line, it was pumping fuel, so it's picking up fuel and it's getting electric current to run. It just, for whatever reason, the ECM wasn't turning on the fuel pump for the prime. So while it's running, I hopped in the car, went to start it, it would not start. It would like try to, but it wouldn't. So anyway, you know, leave it to me to take a short story and make the damn thing longer. Anyway, so in my mind, for an MSD ignition to work, it cannot be less than 8.5 volts, okay? So when I checked the battery, it said 12 volts, so you would assume it's normal. However, there's a thing called load testing a battery. There's a special machine, but I didn't have one. So what I did, I do have a multimeter. So at which point I hooked up the multimeter to the battery. 12 volts, great. So I had my son hop in the car and hit the starter to see how much my voltage would drop. The voltage dropped to 8.3, which is less than the 8.5 threshold. So that tells me the battery probably has a shorted cell somewhere in the arrangement of cells in a battery, however it's configured. Anyway, it's a shorted cell. So as soon as you put any kind of electrical load on that battery, it drops. So now that I figured that out, I have a AGM battery that I have ordered. It should be here Friday, hopefully sooner, but it should be here by Thursday or Friday. I want to put that in the car and see if that cures it. I'm thinking that since the ECM is the only thing controlling the fuel pump at this point, I'm thinking if there's not 12 volts at the ECM, it's not going to prime the fuel pump. That's my thinking. Am I right? I don't know. Time is going to tell. But for right now, I do know that the battery's not strong enough to power the ignition system that's in the car. Now, if for some reason if for some strange act of God that we blew the driver out of the computer management system, we can put that fuel pump on a fused switch. So in other words, I would have an ignition switch and a fuel pump switch, and then I'd hit the starter. So that's our backup plan. Our actual real plan is we put this battery in, it sees 12 volts, and that the ECM does what it should in priming the fuel pump. We'll wait and see how that works. But so that's where we're at. So yeah, I'm just trying to button up. As you can see, I put the patch panel back on the Camaro, so everything's sealed up. I know the fuel pump's going to work. I know the fuel pump doesn't leak because I've already run it with a jumper wire with 12 volts and let it pump. I know it pumps fuel to the regulator, which tells tells me that the fuel rails and the fuel injectors are all getting fuel. I'm tired from just saying it. God. So yeah, but that's what's going on. So I don't know, maybe the rest of the week I'm going to putz around here with things here and there, because there's really nothing I can do until that battery shows up. So that's what I'm waiting for, is that battery. Once that battery shows up, we can put that in the car and we can try test firing it, and we're going to see if indeed the ECM will prime the fuel pump or not. Again, if it does not, then we wire a separate switch for the fuel pump with a fuse for protection. So that's kind of the plan. Good plan, bad plan, indifferent plan, I don't know. If we get it working, and if life circumstances allow me, I'm going to check with Lloyd about Sunday going to Ireland and trying to get this thing, get some test passes on this thing and see how it runs. So we're going, so that's the plan. Okay, sorry. I missed the comment about your Cadillac. Sorry, was that? I even forgot who that was. This newer stuff is completely different with how it shuts off at, a stop. I can't wrap my head around how you shut an engine off and you step on the gas, the engine starts and goes all within a matter of like a second and a half. It just blows my mind, but that's me. Let's see here. The deal, there's been a hiccup in the deal. I don't know, I said a couple lives ago about a deal that might have been working out for Terminator X. That deal fell through due to Holly not wanting to play ball with us. So we're going to have to figure out something out else. So, yeah. Holly says she's going to help me out. Yeah, $750 million. Good God. I could build another car and make some horsepower. I think if we do what we do want to do to this car this winter, I think my car's maxed out. We're gonna have to build something new. But anyway,